Number 1. You seem to quarrel a lot. While it's normal that a couple would fight every once in a while, there should be more good days than bad times. Arguing can be good sometimes. It can indicate that you both love each other and that both of you are open to each other enough to express yourselves without being afraid that you would lose each other. However, if you fight every time and quarrel very constantly, then something is wrong somewhere. You may be fighting about religion, children, politics, career, and money spending issues. The point is, if you're always fighting, you most likely aren't at peace most of the time. A long-term relationship is meant to raise you, lift you, and if your partner constantly picks a fight with you and isn't ready or trying to change their behavior, then they're not the one for you. If you're always fighting with your partner for one reason or the other, then you're not meant to be together. Number 2. People always disapprove and warn you of the danger of the relationship. One common sign is that people around you, especially your friends, always warns you about the relationship. They always warn you about your partner, or they seem not to like your partner. It's very easy to lose logical sight when you like someone. However, people around us can still tell rightly because their heads are in the right places. If most of your friends don't like your partner, and if they're constantly telling you that you should be careful about how they treat you, then they most likely aren't the one for you. Number 3. An on and off cycle. If you and your partner break up and always get back together, you most likely aren't meant for each other. Because for one, you both broke up for an important reason. Coming back together isn't very logical. And 2, having this as a pattern might just mean you both are attached unhealthily and unable to let go. It's not love. It's the inability to let go because you've been with someone for a period you consider a long time. Number 4. You feel inferior to them. In a relationship, you should feel safe and loved. You would appreciate your partner and love them. However, you shouldn't feel inferior to them. If you're in a situation where your partner rubs it in your face that you should feel grateful that they choose you, then you're not meant to be. If you feel you don't measure up to your partner's standard and that you have to keep them because they're so exquisitely worth it, then you're not meant to be. If you're in the right relationship, your partner won't treat you as though you should be grateful that you got lucky for them choosing you. They should love you for your true self. Also, if you feel you're too good for your partner, you're not meant for them. In a loving relationship, you shouldn't think that a person doesn't deserve you or that you don't deserve your partner. Number 5. You're trying to change your partner or they're trying to change you. In a relationship, you both should be comfortable being just yourselves. You shouldn't feel the need to be changing your partner's personality or their manner of life, how they dress up, or the things they like to eat or places they love to go. Changing someone is drastically unloving and manipulative because you're trying to create a perfect figure for yourself, and it means that you don't truly love your partner for who they are. If you're afraid that being yourself isn't good enough for your partner, or that you constantly have to change yourself to be accepted and loved by them, then you're not meant to be. Perhaps your partner isn't meeting up with your expectations, so you keep trying to change them to fit your requirements. If you're having to do this every time, then this person isn't for you. If they were, you wouldn't be having the need to change your partner because you can't stand them. You constantly feel the need to pick on every little thing that your partner does. If everything they do doesn't seem to fit you, then you aren't meant to be. Number 6. Not ready for a commitment yet. Everything else seems to be fine, except that your partner doesn't want to commit to you, or maybe you're the one who isn't ready for a commitment. It may be both of you that aren't ready for a commitment. In any of these cases, you're not meant to be. It can be very painful to meet someone who's very perfect for you, but doesn't want to be in a relationship at the moment. But note that if you were meant to be, you and your partner should at least be in a similar phase of life and be ready to make a relationship work. If you go on with someone who doesn't want a commitment, you would be hurt because you can't make someone ready for something when they're not. Number 7. You like each other, but you're not compatible. You have different things in common. While it's very beautiful to feel attracted to someone, you must ensure that attraction isn't the only thing you have both in common. If you are looking to settle for a long-term relationship or even marriage, then you must be logical. If both of you have different thoughts in life and have nothing in common, then you're not meant to be. If you were meant to be, you should have some interests, knowledge, and activities in common. You should be compatible in intellectual things. Similar things should be able to stimulate both of you into having an interesting conversation, and you should be able to communicate from random talks to very important life-changing decisions. Number 8. The relationship is a source of constant exhaustion and a lack of peace. A relationship would surely have its issues. However, a relationship should be a source of joy, peace, and uplifting. If in your relationship you're having issues with solving disagreements, seeing each other because you both have busy schedules, then can't be altered for each other or other issues. Majorly, if your relationship seems to be so much work, then you're not meant to be. It is natural to fight for a relationship. However, it's profitable for you to understand if the relationship is worth fighting for or not. If your relationship always leaves you feeling exhausted and apprehended, if you feel a lack of peace every time, then you're not meant for each other. If your relationship is the biggest source of pain and discomfort, then you're not meant to be. Number 9. Huge differences in several life beliefs and decisions. If you both have very different beliefs on major issues, then it's a sign that you're not meant to be together. For example, if you both had a conversation on having kids or not, and the result was that your partner doesn't want kids, while you want kids, or you don't want kids but your partner doesn't. There's no compromising in this kind of situation. Going ahead with this sort of relationship will only lead the unsatisfied partner to feel unfulfilled, and it will cause pain, anger, and bitterness towards the other partner. One other issue that can't be compromised is religion. If you're a devout Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, or any other and your partner isn't sharing the same faith with you, then you're not meant for each other. It'll be hard for you to practice different individual faiths when your life is intertwined, especially after you have kids. Will your kids take your religion or your partner's? Another issue is location. Maybe you and your partner met in a place but live in different parts of the country. For you to have a long-term relationship or marriage that would work, it's necessary to make a compromise on where is best to live in. If both of you have different long-term plans regarding where to settle down, then this is a big issue to consider and check if you're meant to be together. Your partner may believe strongly in the family before anything else, while you believe that your career is first, or vice versa. In any case, such a difference would only cause huge hurt and misunderstandings. Your partner may put their all and sacrifice their jobs while you're sacrificing your family time so you can have more time for your job or vice versa. If this is the case, then you're too different and aren't meant to be. If the way you both spend your money is very different, it could be an issue. Perhaps you're big on money saving and keeping for rainy days, but your partner believes in instant gratification. This is a big recipe for disaster in a long-term relationship that is intended for marriage, because one person is trying to keep money while the other is trying to spend it. This would cause huge disharmony and disagreement. If you're experiencing major differences in the issues regarding kids, location, money, religion, and family opinion, and you've tried to reach a compromise that is pleasing to both parties severally, but it's not working, then you're not meant to be.